Welcome back to the next anime on the anime list. We're at number 3. Yes, I do know that my area is different, but because of my fact that my light is not broken, it's broken, so I can't really do it unless I do it during the daytime. It's nighttime when I'm doing this, so whatever. Okay, number 3 is Clannad. Now, Clannad is. We will. I'm gonna explain it to you guys the best way I can, but I love Clannad, and I'm gonna show you guys something after the video ends. Okay? Okay. Number one, our main character is Tomoya. Tomoya is Tomoya is a character where he was in the basketball team until his dad was a drunken alcoholic who did something to his arm, I forget which, and now he has to quit, and now he becomes a delinquent, and he has a bad relationship with his father. At the end of the anime, they they at least reconcile, and they're now good friends at the very end of the anime. KK. His best buddy is Sunohara. Sunohara is his delinquent buddy who likes to get his ass kicked, and the fact that he is fucking funny. He's the Joker of the two, and the fact that he is the main character of the protagonist, so to speak. He also has an arc because his little sister wants him to join the soccer team, but instead of joining the soccer team, him and Tomoya beat the shit out of him because the soccer team made her cry. Which it's pretty fucking funny, to be honest with you. I love it, but yeah, whatever. Then we're going into our five heroines. We start off with the character that does not have a crush on Tomoya because the rest of the characters do have crushes on Tomoya, but I'll explain that when we get to that. Okay, so the our character that's the genius is a genius. She can skip classes and she's always in the fucking library. And the fact that her arc is really unique and very interesting because of the fact that she knows Tomoya when they were kids, but Tomoya does not remember her until the very end of the arc, and that's the main reason why. Her family dies in a plane crash, and that's why he forgets about her and stuff like that. But the thing that drives me nuts is that her parents died in a plane crash, and they were trying to find this new world hypothesis, which is kind of complex to a guy that I don't understand it, but I'll get to that. But yeah, she is the main protagonist, main focal point of this arc, in the fact that he decides to make her be friends with the rest of the crew, which is kind of funny because Kill, the girl that has a crush on Tomoya, thinks that he is going after her, and she does a little play thing where she tries to rub her boobs against Tomoya's back, and says, "P, who is there?" And that's the main. That's the best joke from her. The also thing is that she can't play the fucking violin. They joke around that when she does play violin, she gets the sidetracked and also likes to how do I say this? She is the person that tries to kill everyone by playing the violin because she puts too much pressure on the strings, which is kind of fucking funny. We'll get back to that at some point, but I would like to say that she's the most genius person ever. She's also quiet, but once her arc is over, which is in the very beginning, she doesn't really have much of a role, especially in the second half, because once school is over, she goes to a different country, so that's beside the point. And that's the only thing that comes out. She does appear at least one more time for a family reunion when Nagisa and Tomoya planned something for everyone to be there. So yeah, that's beside the point. Okay. Now then, Kyo and her little sister both have a crush on Tomoya. Kyo is the most aggressive one, but she wants him to date her sister, who has short hair and she's a fortune teller. Um, the main problem with her, however, though, is the fact that they're like one of the two characters that are there, but they're not like they're there. Like they're pretty much the most side character, and they don't get character development like everyone else. They're just part of the crew, and they're just there to help other people out. Okay. The third character that has a crush on Tomoya is Junior, and she wants to become a person who wants to save the cherry trees, so she wants to become student council president. Thing is the fact that she likes to beat up fucking bad guys and fucking gang members, and because of that reason. The funny thing is the fact that She is the most unique character of a group because when she first comes out in the first episode, Shinohara thinks that she's a guy, and she kicks the shit out of him because of that reason. Because Shinohara is the most dumbass person ever. Okay, okay. Um, with that being said, though, Shinohara is the most joker of the group, but he also has some flaws, and I'll get to those when those things. Okay, because there are four things that I don't like about this anime. But anyway, as I was saying, she is the main character. She has a whole arc of trying to save the charities and also save the drama club because the drama club is trying to find an advisor, but the advisor is going to going towards the music club because their advisor is an old guy. He used to be part of the drama club, but the drama club is not there. And Nagisa and Tomoya tried to do everything in their power to revive the drama club. The funny thing is the fact that when they do revive the drama club, they play a 3-on-3 basketball game with the basketball club. And they win, of course, because Tomoya gets his last shot, even though he can't shoot more, which is kind of interesting, and I like it. And they also do a baseball game, but whatever. Now, Nagisa is the most unique character. I save her for last because I'm going to explain her and her parents because also have a major role. Her parents, Nagisa's parents, her dad and her mom. Her dad's more of a joker and he's acting like a goofball. But he does it with a fair heart so that way Nagisa doesn't cry. Because Nagisa's mental state is really emotional. She gets really emotional. And she has a fragile body. What I mean by fragile, she gets sick too easily and too often, which will be explained in the second half when I explain it. Okay, okay. Her mom, however, she does not know how to fucking cook. It's pretty fucking funny, and the only reason why they run a bakery. Now, the only reason why they have a bakery is because Nagisa, when she was little, she was sick. They had normal jobs and this, that, and the other thing. They had to switch their careers because Nagisa went out in the snow when she was sick, and and the and they were at their own freaking thingamabobber because they were doing a play. They were musicians and stuff like that. But the thing is the fact that when her dad came back, she was in the snow waiting for them, and that's why they stopped their career so that they can be bakers. Okay, they are funny as hell. Okay, okay. Now then, with that being said, Nagisa and Tomoya fall in love and they start dating. Okay, they start dating at the end of the first season. The second season is where their relationship blossoms pretty much. Nagisa and Tomoya also have really good, really good parenting skills as well. They are loving each other. Um, they love each other to death, and it's pretty fucking awesome. Nagisa still gets sick from time to time, but she also goes to work too. She works at a cafe now. Um, Here's where it gets a little interesting, and I still don't understand why Tomoya doesn't fucking kiss her, which is fucking infuriating and stuff. Tomoya likes to hold hands with Nagisa and also has sex with Nagisa. Problem is, they never kiss in the fucking anime, so what the fuck? I don't get your fucking. Why do you not kiss? I mean, don't you go kiss before you have sex? I don't fucking get it. But anyway, she gets pregnant when she has the baby, which the baby is called Yushio. She is a girl. Nagisa dies. She literally fucking dies. Because of the fact that they wanted to make sure that she was at the hospital when it happened. But she dies in her home, and she literally fucking dies. Tamara is shocked, and he becomes a drunken alcoholic like his father was, and Yushio was being taken care of by her parents. Her parents, by I mean she gets treated by like parents. Nagisa's parents take care of Yushio for 5 years, so that way Tomoya can have at least somewhat. But when Tomoya and Yushio go on a trip together, he has a change of heart, and that's where they start living together. When Tomoya wants to get friends with make friends with Yushio, on the other hand, he decides to how do I say it, make friends with Fuko. I'm not going to explain Fuko because there's a reason why I'm not explaining Fuko, and I'll get to that when I get to that. Okay. With that being said, though, she makes friends with Yushio. Yushio makes friends with Fuko, and then um, Yushio dies in Tomoya's hands in the snow, no less, and then he ends up falling on the snow. With that being said, though, at the end of the episode, they start because throughout the whole entire anime, there's a play that's playing around, and you don't understand it until the very end. The play that plays that Nagisa did back in the first season, the play is representing Tomoya and her daughter Yushio when she's older, and Tomoya is a fucking robot. It's really, really unique. I'm not going to spoil that much stuff, but that's what happens. And then after that, since Tomoya made so many wishes come true, he comes back when Nagisa is giving birth to Yushio, and Yushio and Nagisa both live happy ever after with Tomoya. So that's a good thing. Now then, why is it number 3 and not number 2 and number 1? Because there's a lot more stuff I can talk about this anime, but I need to stop this. The 4 main reasons why it's not number 2 or number 1. The last 2 episodes of both seasons. The movie and the manga, Tsunohara and Fuko. Okay, we'll start with the first one, which is the anime and manga. Manga and the movie. Okay, the manga and the movie, well, the manga has both characters die, which they don't come back, unlike the anime does. The movie only kills Nagisa, but Yushio is still alive. My main problem is not with the manga itself per se, is more along the lines of the movie. Because instead of Nagisa dying in her house, she dies at the hospital. The other infuriating thing is the fact that the smart girl who can't play violins in the anime knows how to teach a whole entire fucking choir to play instruments. That's fucking weird, man. Some characters act differently in the movie and then in the anime, which that's also infuriating, and that's what happens. So that's why I don't like the movie as much per se, because it makes no fucking sense. And some characters just act like differently. Okay. The second reason why I don't put this at number 2 and number 1 is Tsunohara. Now I had this discussion with you guys on the video of Kanon. Kanon, there's one character that looks like and acts like Tsunohara, and that's the main issue I have with that. But the only reason why I put Kanon at number 6 because it's older than Clannad, because Clannad was made in 2008 and Kanon was made in 2006. I watched Clannad first, so if I watched Kanon before Clannad would be at number 4. Mushishi would move up to number 3. Naruto, Kanon will be moved up to number 5, and Naruto will be moved down to number 6. That's the main reason why I had so many problems from 6 beyond, because I didn't know how to put it. Because I love Kanon and I love Clannad. Clannad's like my favorite anime of all time. That's why I put it number 3. Thankfully, I watched it first because it was blown away. Okay, now then, the third thing, I like to say this, is the last 2 episodes. Now, the last 2 episodes of both seasons, if you don't get the concept of what the main plot of the anime is, which I'm not going to spoil it, you guys can figure it out on your own. But the main reason is the fact that if you don't understand the main plot of the anime, it's going to be really, really difficult for people to understand that. How do I say that? Well, let me just say this. The last 2 episodes of each season have nothing to do with the story of the whole entire series. The last episode of the first season has the junior dating date, which, by the way, the last 2 episodes of both seasons, Nagisa has nothing to do with them plot of the episode whatsoever. She's not even in the episode. She doesn't even exist. Tomoya dates the girl that wants to save the cherry trees, and he decides to be a better student by doing his work, going to work, doing his homework and stuff like that. And it's really interesting on how he does it. He also gets a normal job, unlike what he does now, because he does do the job. But I will explain. I won't spoil what job he gets because I want you guys to figure that out on your own. But the main reason is that fact that he gets a normal job and he goes out with the girl that he loves and this, that, and the other thing. They do break up because of school council and this, that, and the other thing. But the thing is the fact that she dates him at the very end, which is good. The second last episode is the two twins episode where Kyo and her little sister dates Tomoya throughout the whole entire episode until Kyo and Tomoya finally say that we love each other, and they start dating at the very end, and her little sister is on the back burner. That's why she's a side character. Now, Kyo is the only character in the whole entire fucking anime that actually kisses someone, which is kind of fucking funny, actually. With that being said, though, that's the third reason why I did not like this anime, and why it's not number 2 and number 1. And number 4 is Fuko. Now, I love Fuko to death, but boy, there's just 3 things I did not like about Fuko, and I'll explain why. Her arc is fucking phenomenal. I love it because when Fuko gets introduced, she wants to give everyone starfish, which makes no fucking sense, and she covers it with her hand. The thing that, because she wants to, it's an invitation to her big sister's birthday party. Oh no, her fucking wedding, not her birthday party. I don't know what the fuck I said that. But it's her wedding. She's given them to invitations to all the students in the school to make sure that she has invitations. They have invitations to her big sister's wedding. The problem is though is the fact that she's not, even though people can see her and feel her and you can touch her and stuff, like touch her head and stuff, and it feels like real. She's technically sort of this apparition, so to speak. And the fact that she's technically in a coma when she's at the school, which is kind of sad, really. And she is fucking adorable. And she has one of the third saddest scenes in the whole entire anime series, because when she goes on, her big sister sees her, and it's really fucking sad because you know that she's not going to be woken up anytime soon. But that's where the frustration with Fuko becomes, because she appears 3 more times in the first season of the anime, helping the other main character cast figure out what to do. Well, mainly, the first scene that she comes up, Tomoya and the girl that's trying to run for school council president. She is trying to get recruited for joining a club and stuff for 2 things. Tomoya tries to help her out, but then she decides to pop up and do nothing. Then she does it with a bunch of goons that come up to her up at the school, and she beats the shit out of each of them. And then Tomoya takes the fall, but before that, she appears again by not doing anything. Then the third thing, which still fucking baffles me, is they want to get a stuffed animal for one of their friends, and the thing is the fact that she decides to get a fucking starfish because it's what she wants to do, which is interesting. I don't fucking get it. She doesn't do anything, and the fact that she takes the fucking thing with her, whatever she grabs, because they're playing the fucking crane game thing. I don't know. But that's the main reason why. But even though she's an apparition, after the first season's done, she doesn't appear until after Nagisa dies, where she's technically alive at this point. She's awake from her coma, and she decides to be friends with Yushio. And that's where my love of the character finally comes back into play, because I love the last few scenes that she's in, because she comes in late in the anime when she's alive. Because once she's an apparition, she only appears 3 times in the anime, and then she's completely forgotten until the very end of the anime. of the second season. But yeah, man, this anime is fucking phenomenal. Um, the main reason why I put this at number 3 is because I cried, I laughed, I loved all the characters. Every character gets a fucking character development arc, which is fucking phenomenal. Every character, even the character. I'll explain this to you guys right here and right now. The second episode of the first episode of the second season, every character that's in that, because they play a baseball game in the first episode of the second season, but that episode, every character that's on the bench or even there, all have, it's either they already have their character arc, or unless they are gonna have the character arc at the very end. Even the second characters have an character arc. You mean you've got like what's it called? Fuck. You got the second librarian kid who has an arc where she's trying to help out two gangs that are trying to fight each other. Then you also got an arc with the fucking dorm mother that Sunahara lives with, and that's awesome as well. I love this anime. It's really fucking good. It's the only anime that I've actually bought on fucking iTunes, okay? And I do not I highly recommend you watch it. I don't fucking care what you're doing, you should fucking watch it. Now then, with that being said, this is what I bought. You see this? I bought this. This is a dongo. These things are like the thingamabobbers from the anime from a whole. Because Nagisa loves the dongos. And then she has a song. Dongo, 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 dongo family. And it goes like that. Which is kind of fucking funny. I love this anime to death, and that's why you should fucking watch it. I don't fucking care what you're fucking doing. It's a fucking great fucking anime, and I highly recommend you watch it. It's a really good fucking. You will cry too. I mean, you will fucking cry. So if it has more emotions than fucking Kanon for that, man. There's 48 episodes, English dub and sub. But I highly do not recommend you watch the movie. Because if you watch the movie first before the anime, then you're just gonna get so fucking confused. Because every character acts differently in the movie and acts differently in the anime show. So that's why I'm just giving you a heads up. Hope you guys have a nice positive day. We're gonna move on to number 2 tomorrow, and hopefully we can get this done. Tomorrow's gonna be an interesting one. But yeah, I hope you guys have a nice positive day and take care.